Take it easy, Tracy. I was going to tell you in private that I'm going to remarry Laura.
Really? Then should I assume that you've already booked your tickets to the Dominican Republic? Because the only way you can marry her is if you divorce me.
This is a bad idea. It's a bad idea.
What? Making out on your ex-husband's couch?
No, I don't care about that. You know, I'm here to help Sonny with Molly and Christina. And if I want to kiss you, I will, but I just feel bad. Michael could come down those stairs any minute.
Well, he already has. He was watching when you sent Sonny out of the room a few minutes ago.
He was spying on us?
Yeah, from right over there. Looked pretty healthy to me.
He set me up.
You know, I think Michael's plan was to get you and Sonny together for the evening, and it worked.
He looked a little sick. I mean, he did look a little...
I go with the original instinct. You know, Sonny and Michael may well have set you up this evening. And I'm fairly certain that they're going to do whatever they can to try to stop us from getting married. This won't take long.
Jason, help me. This is low. Even for you. I mean, you can be a jerk in your OR about your patient, or throw a tantrum every time another doctor makes a suggestion, or God forbid tries to help you. But at least have the decency to keep it on a professional basis. Don't cloud the issue with phony romance.
Nothing phony about it. I love you.
Will you stop saying that?
Sky, is the baby all right?
She's fine. I'll be right there.
What's this? Is there a problem?
No. No problem at all. I just think she needs a diaper change, that's all. Okay, you're right. Michael and Sonny will do whatever it takes to stop this wedding, but I do not believe that they're working together.
I wouldn't bet on it.
Michael's a child. Jax, he reacts like a child. Tonight was just typical. Using his project to say he had a stomachache. He's doing that because he wants Sonny and I back together.
Well,
and he wants that more than anything.
Michael's not the only one.
Sonny's different. He's territorial. Okay, he doesn't want me back. He just doesn't want anyone else to have me.
Oh.
Especially you. You know, you guys have a history together, and Sonny doesn't like it if he doesn't get what he wants.
Which would be considered childish in some circles.
Yes. But I'm not going to judge him for it because I would react the same. It's bad, and it's wrong. But he was right when he warned me not to marry Lorenzo.
Why did you marry him?
Mostly because I was angry at Sonny, and I was trying to get back at him, and there was a lot of stuff going on then. That's not what's happening with you.
I know.
You know, for the first time, I'm not reacting to Sonny. I'm not lashing out or trying to make a point. I really want to build a life with you. And Michael is going to have to adjust, and Sonny's just going to be a, minor annoyance. That's all. Unless you keep letting him bait you like you did tonight.
You don't love me. You don't even know the meaning of the word. Up until recently, the best you could muster was, oh, that someday you could possibly figure out a way to love me. And then you ran away. Do you remember this?
Yeah, I remember that. I was scared in the moment.
Yeah, of course you were scared because you're immature and you're self-involved and you're incapable of making a commitment to me. But you know what? That's fine. Things are working between us, except when you decide to take absurd risks in the OR or act like a dictator and then try to compensate for your bad behavior by saying things like you love me.
That's not what I
You know what? Let's just pretend that this never happened, okay? I'm going to walk away now and never mention that word love ever again because it doesn't apply to us. It will never apply to us.
You're saying you'll never love me?
This is ridiculous. Conversation over.
This is a complicated situation.
No kidding. And whose fault is that? You brought this on yourself. And now you're asking every member of this family to lie to her face about what could be the most important thing in her life.
It's one thing to lie about what happened to Rick Weber, but to lie about her?
How long are you planning on deceiving her?
Given that the truth could drive her back into psychomotor disassociation for as long as possible.
That's a nice thought, but Mom's smart. She's gonna figure this out.
Oh, little Lulu makes a really good point. You know, the failure of any lie is directly related to the number of people that know the truth.
All I'm trying to do is make sure that she doesn't find out anything about me or her kids that could compromise her recovery.
Doesn't give you much to talk about.
I just want her to be able to enjoy her life and her family.
Even though you're asking every member of that family to lie to her face?
I'm not asking you to do this for me. Do it for Laura.
My entire recovery is based on telling the truth. Lies can't be the answer here, Luther.
Oh, have you got another answer, Nicholas? I'm waiting.
What do Robin and Patrick think about this?
Well, all of Laura's doctors agree that it's too early for her to deal with any kind of emotional shock. So regardless of how we all feel, I think we need to honor the doctor's recommendations.
Luke, I don't have to do a damn thing.
Would you all excuse me? I need some time alone with Tracy.
Only if you call me by my married name. This is Luke Spencer.
Sonny didn't bait me into a game of poker.
You could have fooled me.
We're at a casino playing cards. What's wrong with that?
Do you always bet cars in hotels when you play poker?
Sometimes. I can afford it, and Sonny's a worthy opponent. You know, he likes to win almost as much as I do. And I really love the game. To Sonny, the whole thing is just, it's a little different experience. Because he actually thinks that he's getting one over on me, or trying to, impress you by intimidating me.
But you're way above that.
Yeah, that's why I always win. Yeah, because I'm more removed from everything. I have better perspective on things, And I can appreciate who I'm up against. Greater the challenge, sweeter the victory.
What would be the victory? Maserati, hotel, me?
No. None of this has anything to do with you.
Really?
While all love is a gamble, I think ours is a pretty safe bet. I love you, okay? And our relationship is far deeper and longer lasting than a game of cards.
That was a good answer.
Yeah? Oh, that's good. I like that. Okay. No. Hey, no. Let it ring. Let it ring.
Just a second.
We have like a new rule, like no
Hello?
answering the cell
Mrs.
phone.
Corinthos, I'm the security manager at the hotel.
No more answering.
Is everything okay?
Your personal passkey was just used to open room 815.
Oh, you know what? That is my friend Doreen. She was coming in town. I wasn't sure when she was going to get there, so I just sent her my passkey.
So there's no reason for concern?
Nope, no reason for concern. You know what? Do not send her the welcome basket because she's had a long trip and I'm sure she wants to rest, but I'll be right over. Okay.
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 Who's Doreen?
Doreen Patterson, my friend from Florida. I told you all about that.
Whoa. No.
Yes, I did. Yes, I
No,
did.
not until now.
Well, I'll explain everything to you when I get back.
Well, why don't I go with you? I love meeting.
No. You stay here, okay? I haven't seen her in a long time. Girl talk.
Oh,
Bye.
okay. So I'll just stay here and
Okay.
put my hands up.
Are you sure about this?
Yeah, Carly gave me a manager's pass key. When she updated the locks in the hotel, it'll get us in any room.
Okay, I guess that beats picking the locks.
You know, the cops are not going to expect us to be hiding out in the best hotel in town, that's for sure.
It's like hiding out in plain sight.
Well, we just until Stan can find another safe house for us.
Did you get everything that you needed from
You know
Milk's
what? I don't
computer?
know. I don't know. I'm not going to know until I hear from Stan. We had a lot of files copied, but his spy program hadn't even finished running.
It's because I froze up. Jason, I couldn't handle having that baby in my hands.
You've had a busy day, haven't you? Didn't take you very long to rekindle that old lost love and ask Laura to marry you again.
I had no idea what to expect when she came back. But I never imagined she'd ask me to marry her.
Excuse me. That was her idea?
Yes, it was.
Huh.
It was. I couldn't refuse.
And why not? Oh, you didn't want to send her spiraling back into madness. Or maybe you're still in love with her.
When I first heard about this treatment, I said no. You know, after 4 years, I figured nothing is going to make any difference. And I didn't want a crowd of doctors experimenting on Laura. And I'd moved on with my life, frankly. I'd come to peace with this illness. As much peace as I could. I'm in an unlikely marriage. But it suits me just fine.
Why wouldn't it? Get to do exactly as you please. Up to and including chasing halfway around the world to rescue damsels in distress. You get a college education for Lulu, and you come home to a mansion, maid service, and the best booze in town.
I come home to you. To you, Tracy. Who knew we were going to be such a great match? You're tough. And you're smart. And you're an incredible challenge. And mostly, you keep me interested, which is more than I can say for most of the spuds out there in this miserable world. And you've been very good to Lulu. You could have made her life miserable the last few months, and you didn't. I'm grateful for that.
You're welcome.
I'd want to be married to you if you didn't have a dime.
That would thrill me to the quick if you hadn't just promised to marry Laura.
What am I supposed to do? Say no to this treatment? When I found out that there might be a chance, I had to go through with it. I had to give her a chance to come back and be with her family and her kids. The kids are so messed up right now.
Wait, correct me if I'm wrong. These are the same kids that you just carefully instructed not to tell her how messed up they are?
Well, what would you have me do? Would you have me just pour out the truth on her and send her screaming around the bend back into La La Land? I got a better idea. You tell her. How's that, huh? You tell her the truth. Could you do that?
Yeah, I could. If it meant keeping my husband. You bet.
Hi. Fight with Patrick?
Oh, much worse than that.
Did you lose a patient?
Oh, no. The patient is fine. The patient It's better than fine. I'm sure the patient will make a full recovery thanks to Patrick's brilliance. Never mind the fact that the patient had full-blown AIDS, or that the procedure was much more difficult than the one he did on April Gilbert, which, if you remember, he stuck himself with an infected needle. And you know what? Please don't go into the fact that AIDS patients have rights and that we owe it to them to give them the best possible care. Good, because I totally agree with that. What I don't agree with is that Patrick has to do the surgery every single time.
Did you guys fight about that?
Why bother fighting? Why should I even waste my breath? Patrick insists on doing high-risk procedures all of the time because he needs the rush. Never mind that sleeping with me is a risk because my viral load is undetectable and I'm virtually non-contagious. Oh, yes, and on top of that, I insist on taking all the appropriate precautions, which makes me boring. So I totally understand why Patrick has to look elsewhere for a rush, and being exposed to full-blown AIDS time and time again, you know, that really gets the old adrenaline going. But okay, that's fine. That's totally fine if he wants to do that. What is not fine is when he walks out of the OR after I've made a completely reasonable comment and tell me that he loves me.
Patrick said that he loves you?
I don't see the problem.
The problem is that I am totally in love with him. And I can't tell him that.
You seem distracted.
Well, this evening's given me a lot to think about.
Should I be worried or encouraged by that?
Excuse me?
About us.
Oh, I'm sorry. I must be a little sleep deprived. Did you say, should you be worried?
Yes, or should I be encouraged?
Why can't you be both? I am. I know every time I see you with Lila Ray, I'm more convinced than ever that you're a warm and wonderful father. And I enjoy spending time with you despite myself. And I could even see building a life with you. As pleasant and luxurious as that life may be, it is still a life based on criminal activity. Now, I'm not coming at you from a place of judgment. I'm not, because certainly I've had my share of shady business dealings, but most of them have been legal.
I will concede that we're not in the same business, Scotty.
But I have to ask myself, if you are willing to go so far to make yourself so powerful that no one's going to touch me or Lila Ray, who's going to pay? Who's going to get hurt? What is going to be the cost of that to keep you in power? What are the trade-offs? Compromises?
Name me one person who hasn't compromised on some level. Or who doesn't make some morally debatable choices sometimes. Certainly the Quartermains have.
Still wish you were a dentist.
You would have never slept with a dentist.
I have to get the baby home.
I understand. I understand. But I am looking forward to the day when this is our daughter's home. And yours as well.
Do you think Sky's gonna tell Alcazar that we were in his house with his computer on?
She had a chance to do something and she didn't.
Maybe it's because you had her baby in your hands. Maybe she's gonna wait until we left to call the police.
No, she's not gonna call the cops over to Alcazar. It's not gonna happen.
Okay. All right. That's a good point.
Okay. I barely know Sky, but we do have the Quartermains in common. Okay? She's got nothing to gain by causing trouble for me. That's for sure.
What do we do next?
We need to access Rick's records. Okay, maybe Stan got enough from Alcazar's computer to do that. Maybe he didn't. I don't know, but somebody had to help Rick manufacture the evidence to frame you.
This is gonna take a while, Jason.
All we need to do is worry about tonight, okay? Just clean up, get some rest. The more we act and look like fugitives, the bigger risk of getting caught.
You know, I think you should do something different with your hair. I think maybe you could slick it down to the side, and I think it would look cute.
No, I don't think that's really gonna
room. Plus, I'm the reason you're here. Where's Jason?
What is going on out
Well, I came here to help, and Sam almost shoots me.
Well, knock on the door next time. We are running from the cops. Did the key card pop up in the
It's
hotel
fine.
computer?
She's popping up as a personal guest of mine. Look, if someone asks, don't shoot. Tell them you're Doreen Patterson, a friend of mine from Florida. Okay?
You're kidding, right? My picture is all over the place.
Okay, I can't help you there. But I did bring a first aid kit and all the cash I could get my hands on.
thank
What, do we need to work on a disguise for her now?
No, we don't need a disguise, okay? I know you want to help, but you shouldn't even come here, Carly.
It's fine. I doubled back to be sure I wasn't followed. Now, what can I do to help
You
you?
have given us this room, and that is plenty. Now you need to leave and find someone to give you an airtight alibi. Even if it's Jack's.
It's not that Patrick is a jerk. He's not. Well, at least not with me. He guards his heart so closely, and what did I do? The second he had the courage to show me just a little bit of it, I stomped all over it. I mean, you should have seen his face. So any advice you're about to give me, thank you very much, but it's pointless because I'd be surprised if he ever talked to me ever again.
You lost me.
Patrick and I had a chance, and I blew it. I blew it big time. So I guess, what now? We just go back to work, we're professional, everything's the way it was before.
Why isn't it okay for Patrick to say he loves you?
I've loved twice in my life. Stone died of AIDS, and I lost Jason for many reasons, but the first reason was that he craved danger. The closer he got to death, the better he liked it. And I learned that I cannot live my life that way. But Patrick needs to. I mean, he needs the rush. Of course, if he saves a patient in the process, then that's even better. But
Patrick's a surgeon, that's how they think.
We're doctors. We all live with the prospect of death every day.
yeah, but we don't taunt it. We don't dare it to come after us.
Then you think Patrick does?
Yes, I do. And I think one day his luck will run out. He'll be exposed to AIDS again, and this time he'll come back positive, or he'll lose a patient and he'll blame himself, and he'll completely fall apart just like his dad. I just don't know if I can bear to watch that.
I love that song.
Patrick and I were just listening to that song the other day.
Robin, you've got to see this.
Sorry it took me so long. Doreen and I started talking about high school, and the time just got away from me.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Expect me to believe that?
It'd be really great for everyone if you did.
Because the only person that you'd ever leave me for is, Jason. Sam and Jason are hiding out in style at the Metro Court right now, aren't they?
Well, divine in style.
You realize you're putting the hotel at risk, right?
Only
You're
if
leaving
they
us
get
open
caught.
to the charge of aiding and abetting.
Only if they get caught. And they're not going to get caught, so everything is fine.
You should have told me.
I love you. With all my heart, and I want to marry you more than anything. But Jason is a deal breaker. I am always going to be loyal to him, and if you can't understand that, then maybe we shouldn't get married.
Are you gonna come to bed?
I just wanted to make sure the cops didn't follow Carly.
I am so sorry for freezing up at Alcazar's with the baby.
It's okay. There's no harm done.
Maybe it was because she was a little girl. I don't know.
It was 2 years ago. Tomorrow.
You remembered?
I remember all of it. Everything happened. Everything happened too fast and not fast enough. And you know, they rushed you into the C-section, but it was still too late for the baby and almost too late for you. Man, I've never felt so helpless in my entire life. And I remember watching you sleeping. I was trying to come up with a reason why you should want to go on living when the baby you loved so much was gone. You know, I needed to tell you something, but I couldn't even think of what would make a difference to you.
You did. You were my reason.
Will you turn the music down, please?
Are you listening?
Yes, I will.
Hey! Keep it down!
Okay! Turn it down before he calls the police. I promise to listen to you. I just said I will listen to you. Thank you. Wow. You're gorgeous. Thank you.
Listen,
Okay.
I love you. Not maybe. Not possibly not someday. Right now, tonight. The fact is, I've loved you for a long time. I don't even know when it started. Maybe it was during the epidemic when I realized that I could lose you. Or when you saw me through my father's transplant. The days are a blur after I got stuck with the needle, but I remember your voice. You were calm. You held my hand the whole time. And I realized that I need you. I trust you. I admire you. And you can be wrong a lot of the times. And you can drive me crazy a lot of the times. But I love you completely. I thought you should know.
How does it feel to be reunited with the love of your life?
I don't know. I guess I feel sort of like that acrobat who used to walk the tightrope between the high rises in New York City, and then I think he also walked over Niagara Falls without a net. You just go very, very carefully, step by step. Because, you know, if you slip, it's a hell of a long way down.
It is a miracle. You know that. But miracles aren't always free. In fact, sometimes they're very expensive.
You know, I'm gonna have to open another couple of bottles of booze if you're going to go into Tracy's old-time gospel hour.
I'm just trying to make sense of all of it.
So am I, wife.
Luke and Laura never made much sense to me. I know everybody thought that she rescued you, made you a better person, blah, 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 but I didn't see it that way.
Really?
From my perspective, she stifled you. She dragged you into a life you weren't suited for. She saddled you with kids you didn't want, and she expected you to be somebody you were never gonna be.
I had no idea. I didn't realize you were paying any attention.
Luke, you have no idea how much attention I paid.
God, I wish I'd known that.
Laura should have stayed with Scotty Baldwin. She would have made a fabulous attorney's wife. She would have had 2 perfect kids, done charity work at the hospital, and you needed somebody more complex.
Well, Laura and I never even made any sense to me. But you know, magic doesn't have to make sense. That's why it's magic.
Magic is illusion. And my sweet husband, you need to consider what's going to happen when reality sets in.
Can I ask you something? When you were holding Sky's baby, what were you thinking about?
I was actually thinking about the look on your face when I told you your baby was gone. And how that loss was always with you.
I try not to think about it. I will always miss my little girl, though. You know, especially this time of year. She'd be talking a little bit. And she'd be walking. Enjoying her birthday. I imagine holding her. And you walking along, you know, just sometimes with your hands out. What do you think she'd be like? I mean, do you think she'd be happy? Would we be happy?
You know, I'm not good at picturing things, but I'm sure we would. I am so grateful for what we have. I mean, you could have left when your little girl died, but you didn't. You stayed. And you changed my life.
I think it changed for the better. I mean, under the circumstances right now, it might not look like it since we're fugitives and all, but
we're okay.
Yeah. I mean, as long as we have each other.
What does it take to remind you I'll be there by your side? Angel, I will never let you go.
Jason is my best friend. He's always helped me, and I will always help him, no questions asked.
Yeah. No, I appreciate your loyalty to Jason. You know, he's a genuine friend, which I'll never understand, but I won't get in the way. And I certainly will not be lied to. So if you're going to help Jason, then just say so. And if I object, I'll say so.
Okay, but even if you object, I'm still going to help him, so you need to understand
And that's fine, and that's fine. As long as, you know, we talk about it. That's what married couples do.
Not really good with the truth.
Well, I disagree. Because you've been nothing but honest with me from the start. And I'm trying to be the same.
I know you have. And I really appreciate that.
Okay, I will agree in advance. You can help Jason all you want if you agree not to lie to me about it.
I'll agree not to lie if you agree not to call the cops.
Okay, I'll keep my distance. You just need to let me know what's going on, okay?
I can do that.
Okay.
You were right from the start. I'm afraid to love again because I don't know how to love anyone just a little bit. The man that I love him completely, and if I lose him again...
It's scary. I understand that.
So I rationalize. I tell myself that I like you, that I care about you. And then when I get in too deep, I pick a fight. Or I tell myself that you're selfish, or I concentrate on a crisis, any crisis.
You lecture a lot.
Yes, I lecture a lot. I'm sorry. I treat my feelings for you like they're a chronic fever. I lie down and wait for them to pass, except they never do. The truth is, I don't want them to.
I don't want them to.
I've been hiding out for a long time. And the only thing that I have to show for that is loneliness. And what I'm afraid to admit to in the first place. It's a sad, wasteful way to live. So, here goes. I think that you are amazing and brilliant. And you're also really funny and charming. And you're my best friend.
Well, I've known for a long time. It's nice to hear.